This is CBS 4 News This Morning.
You're watching Channel 7 News.
This is NBC 22 News, TV 20 News.
This is 7 News.
Mitch Wilder has the details.
Pet expert Mitch Wilder.
Mitch Wilder has the details.
Pet specialist Mitch Wilder.
We went to the pet specialist himself.
Mitch Wilder has some new theories.
Mitch Wilder.
Pet specialist Mitch Wilder.
Here's Mitch Wilder with the details. This is Mitch Wilder. Hi, Mitch.
Hi, Lisa.
Let's talk gifts for pet people.
This is called the water minder. His tongue is immersed in the water. What happens is when the water level gets below his tongue, he starts to bark and pant until he wants water.
And sometimes the device even seemed to have trouble telling the difference between man's best friend and man himself. So what did our expert think?
It just analyzed my bark. I think there's a problem with that. It's a cool product, but it's really not a behavior product. It's a fun novelty.
Can you believe it? We asked Aventura pet specialist Mitch Wilder to check it out.
You're watching the ABC 22 and IMS Petathon.
This gentleman to my left, if you watch Fox 45 and ABC 22 News, you will recognize Mitch Wilder, the Pet Report. Mitch, thanks so much for coming.
I flew all the way from Miami to come for this great cause for the Humane Society of Greater Dayton, and I think people can start calling in. How about the Bubble Buddy? It blows liver-flavored and bacon-flavored bubbles. They're all laughing. You see, this is as high-tech as it comes. Now, we've also got the Pet Buckle. If those of you who watch the Pet Report know, car safety is vital to dogs.
Satellite tracking your dog could be a lifesaver.
I can locate him within minutes, which could potentially reduce the risk of him dying or getting stolen.
Pets could be more human than we ever thought possible. Here's Mitch Wilder with the details in our Pet Report.
Bud's personality, he's a lot like me. We both love pets and people, but we also love our own space, and we don't like to be crowded. I guess he's a little bit reclusive, just like me. Right, Bud? Good boy, get the belly.
But new research is showing that man's best friend could have a lot more in common with man's personality than we ever thought possible.
The average owner does not...
Are you looking for something special for your favorite dog or cat? As pet specialist Mitch Wilder shows us, there's an amazing array of pet products available.
Technology is a big theme of the pet industry this year. Take this Talk to Me bird feeder. It's got about 8 different bird sounds to attract birds. Or remember the Talk to Me treat ball? This now has a laser included in it.
Do you know how old your dog really is? Mitch Wilder has some new theories on calculating your dog's age in the Pet Report.
The test calculated Buddy's human age at 45.2 years. Now, Buddy's an 11-year-old Sheltie, and Sheltie's lived about 14 years. So I'd have to say the test wasn't that accurate. But what I love about the dog age book and test is it helps you understand how to prolong your pet's life.
But what do you do if your child has a big fear of animals? Pet specialist Mitch Wilder is here with the answers in tonight's Pet Report.
Dogs like Buddy here are masters of body language. In fact, they can almost smell a child's fear. That's why you have to teach young children to never run away or scream, or they might elicit a prey drive, which could cause a dog attack. The key to fire is to keep calm, and it's not a bad idea to invest in one of these emergency smoke hoods. This smoke hood will give you 15 minutes of breathable air times to get you and your pets out to safety.
Well, flying the friendly skies can turn to be not so friendly if you are bringing your dog along for the ride, but a new service promises to get you and your pooch in the air with a minimum of stress. Mitch Wilder has the details in tonight's Pet Report.
Buddy and I cannot fly commercially. You see, if I were to put him into cargo, he's a little too old and it's a little too dangerous. Plus, based on his size, he's about 32 pounds. He'd never fit under the seat. My only other option is chartering a jet.
Of course, all this convenience comes at a cost. A typical flight...
This is Good Morning Eastern Carolina, Weekend Edition.
Now, it's no secret that many of the products found under your sink are toxic for pets.
But few pet owners realize just how dangerous these products really are. Mitch Wilder has some tips to stay safe in the Pet Report.
Most dishwashing detergents are really caustic. I took a leading dish detergent, put it on some tin foil, and as you can see, it's actually burning through the tin foil. Now, can you imagine your pet swallowing this? What it would do to their stomach? If your dog is displaying signs of dehydration, then bring them indoors immediately. And here's a test to check if they're dehydrated. It's called the capillary refill time. Grab your dog's mouth, open up the upper lip, press against the gums for 2 seconds, release. The color of the gum should restore to its natural pink color within 2 seconds. If it does not, they could be dehydrated, and you must rush them to the veterinarian.
But what happens to the family pet when love ends up in the doghouse? Mitch Wilder has some advice in tonight's Pet Report.
It's a little cold to think of your cherished pet as property, but that's the way the law views most animal custody cases.
You got a pretty important topic to talk about today as well, right?
Absolutely. Vaccinations are essential to your pet's health and longevity, but sometimes you can give too much of a good thing. I found some important information on vaccines.
No more rabies shots for him.
There are options if your dog has had an adverse reaction to the rabies vaccine. Discuss it with your veterinarian. The next time they have to vaccinate, instead, they can send a letter to the county indicating that your dog is unfit to be vaccinated.
Well, your dog may not...